welcome to another episode of the Too Many Ideas Podcast. I'm your host, Mars. We got Luke here, and then we also have Levi here, who you guys were introduced to last episode. He was helping us with a lot of our facts and stuff, fact checking, making sure we had everything organized how we need to have it organized. And he's going to be a part of the team going forward with that. He's on the mic, on camera right now, but most of the times you won't see him. He'll be behind the camera doing all his fact checking and everything like that. But before we get this episode started, make sure you comment, like, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, just check out all our other videos. We got a whole bunch of different content going on right now, so appreciate y'all for watching. And yeah, we can get started with this episode. Yeah, this past week was kind of like interesting. Just we had posted a TikTok about a Wale topic that we had last week, and people really went off about it. They were basically, we had got into a discussion about how Wale had kind of like fallen off a little bit, and how he was supposed to be where Drake was, and people didn't really take too kindly to that. They were not fucking with the Wale fell off opinion. Even people was sending out response videos about how
Wale fan came out from under the rocks with that one.
How Wale really puts on for Africa, and yeah, it was just really really interesting to see that people cared that much about what he has going on compared to everybody else that we talked about. But yeah, it was good because we got a lot of kind of like good topics out of it, because we were really talking about Wale bar for bar with Big Sean, and someone had responded to the video talking about Big Sean and the Control song, and basically they were theorizing how maybe Big Sean's career took a downturn after that Control verse. Well, not after the Control verse, but after the whole song, because of, you know, how Kendrick did on the song, basically dissing everybody, and then you know how that kind of basically spurred like that whole beef between him and Kendrick. And they just think that, I kind of thought it was interesting, and I'm not sure if I really believe it though, but basically after that song, Kendrick went up and Big Sean went down. Is basically like the idea. And I wanted to get y'all's thoughts on that, because I can't really remember too much about what happened exactly like after that song, but I do know maybe like an album or two later, you know, Big Sean wasn't as big as he was when that song came out.
I mean, for me personally, Big Sean kind of went out of the limelight after the 88 album, mostly because they kind of just went ghost after that album in general. And then he just kind of just started to do his own thing with the whole like mental health thing.
And I think once he did 2088, that's all that people really wanted.
Yeah, from him, and essentially, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think the Big Sean Control thing is like just a stupid theory, because he never no one think he fell off after that. I think the 2088. So someone had said on the TikTok that like Wale was in his own lane, and I want to address that, but this is an easier way to address it. And Levi already kind of hinted at it, that like, to me, Big Sean went into his own lane in the sense that he made his music specifically about what was going on in his life, which most artists do, but it was more of a message to help someone else. And that crowd, I guess that target audience situation, and I personally don't like it, because I think there's better ways to do it, and I think he's more talented than the way he's choosing to do. And I think that began his fall off. Kind of like Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. Everybody thought that was a telling you to drink, you know what I mean? But there was more to that song. And not to compare the two, but I feel like if Big Sean made that song, it would have went along the lines of telling you literally not to drink.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that's
yeah, that's definitely something that happened. He got more like literal.
Yeah.
With how he was rapping.
Exactly.
And it wasn't the same like bar caliber like for him. He was hitting straight to the point, like, yeah, I'm telling you not to do this because this is bad for you. It was basically like all it was.
And I think it kind of goes back to what you guys talked about kind of towards the beginning, a couple episodes back, is just how he also maybe just be slowing down and venturing off into new things, because he's the like the creative director for like the Pistons and like now.
Yeah.
And so he's probably just working on
he's
more
doing
behind
life
the scenes.
shit.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Exactly. Even I said I think something about him last episode about him like being on his godly shit, and I just feel like I don't want there to be like a negative thing about rapping about God, because Kanye, even J. Cole to a certain extent, you got Chance, people, you can do it, but kind of what Mars said, and I think that's the best way to say it. When you start just rapping quite literal, like literally just telling us what to do in a way,
it gets boring.
It's not the vibe. It's not the vibe.
It doesn't hit the same, and that's kind of like the comparison with him and Drake, or him and Wale, but mainly him and Drake, is that Drake will say very like simple things, but the way he says it is just like, damn, that really hit me. Like,
exactly.
It has a better impact because of the delivery on it.
Yeah,
and it goes into like kind of like the vagueness of it all.
I think Mars said it right. I can't remember what he had said exactly, but that was a really good quotable when we talked about like the Frank, abstractness. And I've always said I don't feel like Frank is super deep or anything. It's just he leaves so much up to you to like make it relatable. You know what I mean? And I just feel like it's a different thing. And that type of music can still be made. Personally, I wasn't a big fan of Cudi when he came out because of that. I think Cudi was extremely direct in his music. But the difference between what people are doing now, I don't think they're nowhere halfway near as melodic as Kid Cudi. Bro, Lord of the Sad and Lonely. That's quite literally what he's saying. Like, the whole time, more I got some issues, and like you feel me. Nobody can like. He's literally saying it.
Yeah.
But it's melodic.
It sounds good.
It's nice. He sounds great.
It sounds very good.
So it can still be done. I'm not saying it can't. I think Chance was doing it to a degree. Sunday Candy is still a great song. But when it comes to the delivery of kind of what Mars was saying, the rapping essence of it,
it's just like Big Sean it's basically like he's just like talking to you. It's not. There's no like melody to it. It's just like I'm just rapping. It's preaching basically at you, and like people aren't really like resonating with
maybe
that.
because like for some people they don't like need to hear it, and so like if you don't need to hear it, you're not gonna listen.
I've always told people, and when I speak about artists, I don't want to make it sound like I'm coming for anybody. I think everybody on this podcast loves Wale, Big Sean, and everybody like that. But it's sad because I feel like when you're an artist, you want to speak about what you want to speak about. You want to talk about what you want to talk about. But you have to know who's growing with you. And I feel like the audience today that's growing with the Big Sean, the audience that grew with Big Sean, J. Cole, Kendrick, and all that, bro, we don't want to hear that. It's sad. He is speaking facts. And I'm still going to listen. Like, we still care. People that still want to hear bars and still want to hear what's going on in your life will still listen. But your overall, who you got introduced into the world.
Your overall market.
It's not there no more. Because, like, bro, Kendrick can give you 32s and 16s all day, but you seen what Damn was. So I have to mix the two. And Good Kid, Mad City was the last era of like backpack rap-ish. And you can say J. Cole still does that, but you can even see him now switching over. So it's like it's like Big Sean trying to bring that now, instead of kind of like finding the middle. So I mean, J. Cole's last project, I think he holds a record now for like top number ones, or his record, I should say. His last six, right? Did number one. I should say, and say he break a record where he set a record for himself now.
So his last 6 projects were number one? Oh, okay. What are the last 6 projects? This one, KOD, Forest Hills Drive.
Yeah, they all have one number one.
But I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. Oh, there were 3 albums before that. Born Center. Dang, I just forget. No, I already know that one.
You did?
Yeah. Then, dang, there was another one before Born Center. Yeah, I can't really remember. But I'm trying to think. Like, I don't remember, like, all 6 of his albums. Like, I can't think of all 6 of them.
Look up, we're going to give Tom about to fact check it. It's like...
I know. We just named Born Center. 2014 Forest Hills Drive. KOD. And this last
J. Cole hits. Like, J. Cole Billboard, not fault.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I'll show you everything.
But,
because that's what I just did for...
So we got... I don't know if they count Revenge of the Dreamers, but we got Sideline Story, Born Center, 2014 Forest Hill Drive, For Your Eyes Only is what you forget.
That one.
KOD, Revenge of the Dreamers in the off season. I'm not sure if...
Really? I'm surprised they're counting Revenge of the Dreamers.
I'm not sure if they counted that. They were just saying his last 6 projects, or I guess his bodies of work that he's put out, it's all hit Billboard.
Got you. Has all hit number 1.
Are these singles?
Gotcha. And I guess that's kind of like back to the testament of what you were saying last episode that I think was true, in that Kendrick and Drake kind of like made way for these. Because I think, honestly, when I listen to KOD and 4 Hours Only, that those are both subpar J. Cole albums.
Yeah.
But both of those dropped in that break that kind of like gave him the opportunity to really kind of like shoot up.
Look at this. We got Nobody's Perfect 2012, 2015. He's back on
These are
there
the
with
songs.
Apparently All I Want Is You. Well, that don't count because he's featured on that. But
Yeah.
KOD,
that was a song on
Neighbors,
KOD.
ATM, Kevin's Heart, She Knows, and I think it's still loading or no?
Yeah.
So ATM, that's his highest peak song. Wow, that's crazy.
It was on number 6 in 2018.
That's 2018. That can't be it. Really?
Peaked at number 6 so far out of these.
See
that's right
if
here.
you could put it in. He has 0 number 1 hits. Oh wow,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. But yeah, 6 top 10s.
There we go. That's the facts.
Yeah, numbers. And then so for like the sales for the album, since it's been a week.
Yeah, he sold 210 if I'm not mistaken. Go ahead and fact check that though.
Yeah, and this brings me to another one of those points that people was making was just like, you know, about Wale being in his own lane and how he didn't want to be as big as like a Drake or whatever. And to me, like whenever I look at artists in general, I feel like 90% of them want to be as big as like a Drake.
Yeah.
Like that's not even like a good argument at all, because like especially with Wale, because he always talked about how he was underappreciated by everyone, the music industry, his fans. Like he's gone hard about that for a majority of his career, especially after he started to, you know, things started to slow down with his music and everything. So
I'm about to
if
jump
anyone,
into
he definitely wanted to get big. You said what?
I'm about to jump into the Wale thing in a second. I know what I read about this J. Cole shit, so I'm trying to make sure like before I just say it. One second. I'm about to find it.
Oh damn, it's
Yeah.
282.
Yeah.
282.
He's about to
He's
do
on?
300
Yeah, that's
first week.
Let's see. But there's one.
I can't say I'm surprised by that though.
J. Cole accomplished a historic milestone by earning his 6th consecutive #1 album on the Billboard 200 charts.
Yeah.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
The off-season sold 288 unit first week. So he's
Yeah.
about to hit 300.
Yeah, what we was looking at was his number 1 songs. He doesn't have a number 1
Number one
song.
album, yeah.
He has the 6 number 1
One
albums
album.
on the Billboard 200,
Yeah.
but not no number 1 songs.
But yeah, so just to address the Wale thing, and I read the comments. Let's see what people are saying, and I feel like everybody's entitled to what they want to believe. And
There are a few people that agree with what you were saying,
I mean, it's like
and I agree for the most part.
Honestly, I did my research, man, and I didn't even know this guy was even wilding out like this. So let's start off with this. Like, I'm being serious. Actually, I have a couple of notes. Let me make this clear. I want to make this clear before I speak. I am no hater of Wale. I love Wale. If he came into this room right now, I would beg to work with him. Deadass. He started a lot of shit in this fashion shit that he does not get credit for. I remember a story, I'm not sure if Mars remembers this, when I was working for someone I'm not going to name right now, and they literally asked everyone in the room, how can we help Wale's career? Because it was to the point where they were getting things to help Wale's career. And I literally said, Wale should be the face of StockX. I said that. That was that was forever. You remember this, right?
Yeah,
This was forever ago, bro. I was like, Wale should be the face of. There shouldn't be no StockX if he's not being pushed with it. And I think he now does commercial and voiceovers for them, which I think should be more than that. But yeah, there's that. I've heard a lot of things about Wale that has gotten him in the position that he's in, and I feel like we've seen glimpses of it. He's an asshole, and even when they offered me the job, and I was like, bro, I'll do that shit for free. Like, this is fucking Wale.
Yeah.
They were like, bro, no, like, he's not who you think he is.
Oh wow.
And so as I dove, and this is not trying to, take Wale down or anything. Like I said, I love the man. Don't know him, but I love him for what I see of him. And yeah, like everybody is saying like the Billboard and him being his own lane, piggybacking off what Mars said, bro. Wale has never been in his own lane. He did come into the game as a hipster. I don't think he gets enough credit for that. He came in with that, poetic and that ambiance. It's like a real ambiance to a rapper, not like a mood, not like I'm gonna drop and disappear. Like no, like hearing Wale's like delivery and everything, it was just so different. You know what I mean? And he should get respect for that. But he's not in his own lane. Not anymore, at least. Because to me, if you're in your own lane, let's say we're all going down a one way, there's people behind you, right? There's no one behind Wale. If you find me 2 kids that say I want to be the next Wale, I'll pay you. He's not in his own lane.
True.
Well, let's not confuse falling off as being in your own lane. J. Cole is in his own lane. Why is J. Cole in his own lane? We put him there. It's sad to say, but at the end of the day, yes, you can work as hard as you are, but still, when you're doing music, your industry is for people to tell you how they view you. And that's usually how it goes. It's sad. Kanye's been battling that his whole career. You feel me? This is why our greats now, as in Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole, drop and disappear. Because you're not going to tell them how to be viewed. And I think J. Cole has done it greatly. We put him in this box of saying, you went platinum with no features. You're a god.
Yeah.
He didn't come out and tell us that. He just did it.
Yeah.
Wale reminds you, I don't know if you guys know this, every time he's been caught going off and having these rants, I brought J. Cole to the world. I brought Big Sean. My first tour, I brought them. I can't even get them on the phone right now. Why? Well, I think why. Like, let me know why.
Yeah.
You feel me? No, you don't hear Big Sean saying
it's
that.
Factual.
No.
It's
You don't
factual.
hear Big Sean saying that. You don't hear J. Cole saying that.
We've all heard these same stories about Wale, like how he's just not that type of person. Like, and especially after you told me that story, I was just like, damn, it kind of makes sense in everything that he's gone out and say, and like, for lack of a better word, been bitching about where his career is at.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry, I love Wale. Damn, ambition forever.
Ambition forever. So,
still though,
I'm gonna address a few points that things were brought up, and they were saying that Wale is in his own lane. We addressed that. That's not true. I think someone said that on TikTok. They said that, the point that I made is correct, but it's not fair because Drake had a YMCB versus Wale later on signing to MMG. That has nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do with me. You feel me? I can feel bad for him. Yeah, he made a mistake, or maybe that wasn't the best alignment for his career, but that has nothing to do with me. Okay, Drake signed a Lil Wayne. Everybody was scared that Drake was gonna get overshadowed by. Bro, no one can tell me in this room they've seen Drake becoming this.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, he has lasted a decade. Bro, we're about to be.
And
bro,
still,
we essentially kind of grew up on Drake.
When you really think about it, he was third up on that label.
Like, yeah, it was Wayne, Nicki, and then
Drake.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then, bro, respectfully, even when Wale signed to MMG, which everyone thought was stupid because it was him, Meek Mill, and Rick Ross.
Yeah.
That don't even sound right.
He ain't fit.
Like,
Yeah.
you
He
feel me?
never fit. Like,
But that's my thing. Just to people's point, he's in his own lane. Why be in your own lane and sign with a label that does? We don't even know anything about Rick Ross.
Yeah.
No Meek Mill, so we're not gonna get into that. But from the outside looking in, it makes no sense.
yeah.
You feel me? It just made no sense. With Drake, at least, with the YMCB, you could tell that they were trying to reach everybody. So to me, when Drake got signed to YM, it was just more like will he have enough shine? Because everybody in YM kind of had like moments of shining, but never fully came out.
Yeah.
But Drake was no hoe. Wayne got locked up, and Drake
Drake's-
held that
yeah.
motherfucker down.
Yeah.
You feel me?
he
He
did.
said, "All right, it's my time."
He stepped
you feel
up for
me?
sure,
He
for
stepped up for sure, and I can't get into logistics and all the other shit, versus how much money was being thrown at Drake versus the Wale. But all I gotta say is Wale hasn't had a billboard.
I'm pretty sure it was more, but at the same time, like, I definitely think Wale caused a lot of his own problems. Whether it was, even the label thing, that's a choice. Like, you chose to go to that label, and then, I don't know if y'all remember when he was having that beef with Meek Mill.
Yeah.
Like, how are you beefing with your own label? mates?
Yeah.
And then Meek threatened to get him dropped from the label. That's another thing I was gonna bring up.
That,
But like,
that shit was cold.
like, bro, like, respectfully, I don't even know if y'all know this. This is like one of the things pulled up on here. Did y'all know J. Cole dissed Wale on the False Prophets? Did y'all know that?
No.
Oh wow.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Want to know why I didn't know that?
I
Because no one cared to cover that shit because
It's-
of Kanye being the main diss. You feel me? But let's go on. Did y'all know Wale actually responded? But before we go there, can you it should be on here. Is it this one?
Yeah, Wale responds with Groundhog Day.
Yeah. So scroll up.
Okay.
Scroll up. Read off. I'll read off for you. J. Cole goes to say, "I got a homie. He's a rapper. He want to win so bad. He want the fame and the acclaim and the respect he's been had by all the legends. So every time I see him, he stays stressing, talking about niggas don't fuck with him. If that's not the perfect Wale quotable, I don't know what the fuck is. If J. Cole is saying this,
Yeah.
Bro, J. Cole dissed him in his own bag. That's
like
fucked
what
up.
the fuck?
That's fucked up.
Let's continue. This shit is depressing, and I know he's so bitter he can't see his own blessings. God damn, nigga, you too blind to see you got fans. Nigga, you got a platform. You make classic rap songs to change niggas' lives, but you too anxious living life. You feel me? That's bro. J. Cole,
Yeah.
my God, that's
Fits,
perfectly
yeah.
said.
Yeah.
You're too busy trying to keep up. And, you know, when the TikTok went off and all this shit, I like to speak facts. You know, I know this is a podcast. We want to say opinion and stuff. But there's certain things where I feel like you got to keep your mouth closed and speak some facts.
Yeah.
And I feel like this verse is complete facts. And all the research that I did to make sure that I'm talking what I know about Wale, it's either he's too corny or he's too arrogant. He doesn't let the music speak for itself.
Doesn't give it a chance.
He does it's always him trying to like.
He's always vying for his respect.
Exactly,
like
and
always.
But the thing is like, I never heard Drake have to fight for his respect. He when the Meek Mill thing happened, you know, I said Drake don't got bars because traditionally to me his bars don't hit hard. Like it's funny, it may be clever, but it's not like a oh my god. But when that Meek Mill shit happened, he held his own. Bro, he's the only nigga I know that made a diss song catchy. It was a bop. Like, it was an actual song.
He's one of very few niggas who made a diss song and then made another diss song. And the second diss song was also a hit.
Good, yeah.
Or what wasn't the second diss song the bigger hit?
I think so.
Yeah, Back to Back was the second, right?
I think so.
Yeah, because there was one and then Back to Back was... Yeah, and that
like,
shit went crazy.
It was an actual... Like, it wasn't like a... You know, you listen to a diss.
It was a single.
Yeah,
like,
you listen to
that on the album.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
That shit's going...
And
back to back platinum, like I really want to know.
And
that.
once again, like I said, this is no disrespect to Wale, but yeah, bro, it's clipped for him. It's cut, bro. Like even with the man, I can't even get started with. Well,
it looks like his last.
He hasn't had a hit since 2016.
His last, his last.
I mean, On Chill was 2019.
On the Billboard, peaked at number 8 in 2019.
And you brought that
which
up, so
I
you can't say that's not a hit.
Which I actually heard on the radio the other day.
I'm gonna continue with this, right? Because I hate the fact that I'm having to defend myself, but also kind of bring Wale down. Name a song that's a hit on there with just Wale.
Oh, with just Wale.
Ooh.
Oh, I mean, no.
PYT 2016. So like I said, his last hit by himself was 2016.
Oh yeah, by himself.
Peaked at number 11.
And name a song that you've like.
I mean, but then that's his only hit by himself.
That's my
PYT.
That's my point, bruh. You can't be speaking so much arrogance and so much respect when most of your songs are carried by the hook. And don't get me wrong, all songs get carried by the hook. That's not the point I'm trying to picture to you. But I'm just saying, like, bro, majority of these songs that we load this flower, Miguel killed that shit. Yeah. From the time the song got, I said, oh shit. Like, you feel me?
Why does the second one bad? Wale featuring Tiara Thomas or Rihanna? Like, what's why is there or?
That's funny.
Could they not tell who was on the song?
That's funny.
I don't think that was Rihanna. But
I'm almost 100% sure that wasn't Rihanna. That probably would have been his biggest song.
But anyways, continuing on this Wale thing, because I have to get this shit off my chest. Because niggas came to me like I was just trying to dog the nigga.
Listen, bro, the dude who did the response video, he was cool, man. Like, he did a response video. I was just like, listen, you need to watch the full episode. No, he was just like, yeah, I'm going to check it out, man. For sure.
No, not even just that. I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm coming for anybody. This is one of, I like everything that happened over this past week. I like the fact that that video got the traction it deserved. I like the fact that people even said their opinion because, it's a podcast. It's what we're supposed to do.
Discussions.
Yeah. And so I'm not coming off no type of, I'm just, when he did that video, I'm like, okay, cool. Let me see if I'm bullshit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let me reevaluate what I got going on. But no, he tried to say, Wale ventured out to different beats. He did Afro beats, this and the third. If I'm not mistaken, and I think Levi was able to fact check this with me, he started actually going hard with the Afro beats 2016.
Once it already became popular.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And who did it already? One
Drake.
Dance, Drake.
Yep.
That's one right there. And that's not Afro beats. That's not Afro beats. I'm not gonna say that.
It's like the dance hall.
Dance hall became extremely, extremely popular. And I have plenty of African friends, you feel me, that tell me they never liked Wale. Why is that? And I've always been like, bro, Wale's the shit. But like, oh no, he didn't want to start claiming us or claiming where he came from. Like, not like with these hidden bars and shit like that. I mean, like, making, like, the sound of music until it became popular. And a lot of people said that. And I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, that shouldn't be that big of a deal. He's an artist. But those things do matter because the same thing we tried to kill Drake for when Drake tried to do this accent switch and shit. Those things do matter.
Yeah.
So it goes both ways. You know what I mean? And I'm not holding Wale to that because I don't think he's that type of genre-bending phenomenon to, like, bring that type of... I'm not blaming him for that. All I'm saying is that I think the Toms got ahead of Wale. Certain situations that he could have handled better, maybe even his team could have handled better, really hurt him.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a combination of things, but it does start with him. I definitely feel like his whole label situation and whoever he was involved with, he wasn't getting his music to the right people. Even when the songs were good, they weren't going to the right people. And I think that's part of like the problem. But at the end of the day, you know, you can't really put too much blame on anybody but yourself in a situation like that.
Yeah.
Cause like you had everything you needed. Like you was on the up, and then you just kind of like fell off with it.
I really did my research, guys. I read and I watched these videos and
over here reading everything.
I did. And
niggas try me. I gotta read.
The consensus of Wale in the comments. This is not something I act. I just continue to read the comments. I want to use word for word. A lack of branding, disconnected from the public, and no hot singles that stay relevant. And I think that's exactly true.
Yeah, no, it's
because I didn't even think of the lack of branding. That is a thing.
Yeah,
like he was never really himself. We knew fashion, we knew that, but he never was actually branded to something.
And he didn't even brand himself with the fashion shit. He just wore shoes. Like
exactly.
why didn't Wale ever get a sneaker deal?
Exactly.
Why didn't he go out and get anything like that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that maybe not necessarily his fault. But someone needs to be over there saying like, "Yo, this nigga wearing all these sneakers. He should have a sneaker deal. He should have a shoe.
Yeah.
He should have a Nike shoe or Adidas shoe, whatever."
With all due respect, bro, and this is no disrespect to Boat, but Boat has way more respect to him in the sneaker game. Like nigga, bro,
that's crazy.
Boat has like 5 sneaker videos. I don't think I've seen a Wale sneaker video.
Yeah.
And this is no disrespect to Boat.
Small sneaker videos.
No disrespect or nothing. I'm just saying like that shouldn't be okay. He just pulled them up. How many? I got one.
Yes.
No.
Sneaker shopping.
Sneaker shopping.
In 2000.
No, I'm not saying that. That's sneaker shopping. I was just like when Boat's video, they pull up to his crib, bro.
Yeah.
You remember when they pulled up at Fat Joe's crib? Like those are people that you think of shoes and get respect. Yeah. And Wale should definitely be in there. And I'm not blaming him for that. I definitely think that's a team marketing situation. Like, yo, this is where you need to be. You know. And my last point with Wale is, I was watching this documentary, and they brought up the falling off of artists. Mm-hmm. And they were touching on J. Cole and Wale later on in the video, but I stopped it at Jay-Z. And the reason why I stopped it there was like, this is perfect. Like, this is everything that I think we're saying about Wale, or at least what I was saying. They're just like, you know, when you get so high up to the top, you basically only compare it to yourself, right?
Yeah.
And so if we're to the people's point that commented on the video and, you know, addressed it, what are you relating? What are you comparing Wale to? Because I'm not saying I want Lotus Flower Bomb again. I'm not saying I want Ambition again. I'm not even saying I want The Gifted again, which I think was his best charting album. So it's just like, where's all these accolades of his that you're trying to compare himself to? Notice how we can say we want College Dropout, Yeezus, 808 and Heartbreak, 2014. We want Damn, or we want. You're not saying that with Wale. So it's just like, maybe my tone came off wrong to people, but bro, with all due respect, Wale is just, you know, I just feel bad for him. If you want me to be honest, I think he had everything needed be, because you see how music changed. And to me, like, that's what, you know, to make it clear what I was trying to say, Wale was everything Drake was, like, you know, going to be or supposed to be. So this is how I envisioned Drake when Drake first came out. Drake to me was this poetic, sad rapper-ish, conscious and light-skinned, so he had that appeal. But as I looked at Wale and compared the two, I feel like they were both in that. Of course, he's not light skinned, so that's maybe a disadvantage. But
he's brought that up as a problem for him too.
Yeah, so there's that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but it's kind of true, because like sticking with the Drake and Wale comparison, coming into the game, I think they were both hipsters, singing rappy, talking about love and really being intimate with themselves. Or at least that's what everyone wants to believe. And so when I mean Wale was everything Drake was supposed to be, I meant as in when Drake came into the game and popped off the Best I Ever Had and came back with the singy/rapping thing, that's where I thought Wale was going. Yeah. That's where I thought even like his hits showed that. You know what I mean? But it's like, it never really happened. Yeah, it never really actually came out to that point. And so like, this is no discredit to Drake or anything, but yeah, it's just like, you know, we talking about these TikTok artists and stuff like that. There's a formula to everything, bro. You feel me? And I hate to say it, but Wale is kind of like the test dummy. Like, we seen what, bro, let's be honest here. Yeah. We could take everything Wale has done and literally just say Travis seen that and ran with it. You could say that same thing. Marketing wise, he tried. So actually, I take that back. Travis didn't even have to rap about it. So yeah, I take that back. Travis didn't rap about SBs and all that shit to a post becoming big off of it. So yeah, I take that back. Everything Wale has done off the sense of like him and how he carried himself, Travis did the same way and actually made money off of it. And then it's sad, like
marketing and branding.
marketing. Like he actually
That's
did
what
it,
it
you know.
all
And
is,
I'm not saying Travis looked at it and said, "Here's my cheat code." That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is like,
Travis was looking at Wale's career and saying, "Oh,
you just
I'm about to take that to the
you
next
learn.
level."
I think it's like a live and
Yeah.
learn situation.
Yeah,
like
no,
you know,
definitely.
that happened and things are going to continue moving on. And we were like the discussion we had before camera. I was just like, bro, it's crazy how TikTok is changing music because I feel like, you know, Kreese was saying how Billie Eilish is making all these TikTok basically white artists, and I'm like, yeah, because it fucking works. All these fucking 14-year-olds to even up into 18 just is obsessed with this look. You know what I mean? And I feel like we can go to the same thing with black artists. I think post Odd Future became a look for weird black people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the difference between us and them is that for some reason, this is a different discussion, for some reason, their music is categorized as popular. As in, it can still be indie and alternative, but it's popular. It's made for the masses. If we make weird music, it's only made for like
definitely.
a smaller crowd of people.
Yeah.
And that's definitely like a color thing.
Yeah.
Like that's really what it boils down to, because you put people, and we talked about this before, how like Billie Eilish being as popular as she is, it never really like made sense to us because of how off left she is.
Yeah.
Like, and how, and the type of music she makes and what's in it. And then like we had that conversation comparing Billie to Lil Nas and how her song was okay, but his song wasn't, even though it's the same kind of like devilish type of thing. And like, yeah, that's just like a whole color thing, man. And how they're able to take that and like, okay, cool, this is okay. We're gonna make this a popular thing because this is what the little white kids like. But when it's on the other side, it's like, okay, we're not giving that the same kind of credit. And I think it also falls on us a little bit too, because I think our demographic of indie black people who are into that kind of music is smaller than the white demographic of indie white people who are in that type of music.
I thought you were about to say something complete. I think our expectations are just higher.
Oh, for the music?
For the music, yeah. Like a lot higher.
That could be it too. But I do feel like we popularize a lot of shit that is the exact opposite of that. So, like in the masses, I'm talking about.
The reason why I don't believe that, we have Lil B. But Lil B, if that's not the weirdest of the weird, I don't know what the fuck it is.
We do. We have those people, but I just feel it's like a generational thing, right? So I think our generation, literally like our generation, or maybe not even my generation, I'm gonna say your generation and under, are like really appreciative of those indie artists. Okay. But if I'm talking to not my friends, but like people that I know that are my age or around my age, they're not giving any of them any kind of like appreciation. But bring Moneybagg Yo on the scene, they giving him all the love.
I get what you're saying. Kind of like
that's who they give shine.
Just a little gap there. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
But the reason why I'm saying like, I guess kind of yes and no is that I feel like we have way more indie, I don't know what you're gonna say, influencers that kind of like change the scene for these white artists. Because I don't think Lil B, I'm not a big fan of Lil B, but I give him his respect, bro. Like he came into the game off of like just
doing what he wanted.
Doing what he wanted to do.
Exactly. That's
like,
it.
And like I feel like I agree somewhat to Mars that like there's a lot of indie black artists or even like really big black artists that were kind of like an alternative scene that doesn't get the notoriety as they deserve, but they are respected in some degree.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like the respect will be there, but just we're not about to make not the popular.
Support. Yeah. But to me, I don't think it's about us not, caring or keeping up with it. I just think it's the fact that like we expect it to some degree. Like if we hear hear me out. When I Love Makoni came out, I was like, what the fuck is this? You feel me? I listened again. This is a little bit before I already got into 2-9 Key and everybody like that. So I was already kind of on like, I wouldn't say they were hip, but like they were kind of already on an alternative hippie type of sound for the time being at least. And I was like, what the fuck is this? But as I listened again, me taking music for what it is, and we all started listening. I'm like, I can appreciate this, but this is where I think the disconnect comes into play versus a black artist. And so I'm Trinidad James as well. We expect more. Trinidad James came out with that hit. We wanted another fucking hit.
Yeah.
Versus, I think there's a lot of mid, if you want to call it that, Billie Eilish songs. But it doesn't matter. Because her attention, her crowd is not trying to say she has to. You don't hear a white person talk about another white artist topping themselves. we say shit like that. Like, man, J. Cole gotta do better. I've never heard a white person say that. Like
about their artists.
About their artists. I've never heard it.
That's true, and that's also kind of like in the same kind of framework, because instead of asking their white artists to top themselves, they're just going on to the next indie white
just
artist,
like,
and they're just gonna blow them up.
Exactly.
They blow them. That's kind of like the thing with like TikTok. They blow those little white artists up day by day by day by day by day. It's always a new one.
To me, I think kind of hard to explain. Mac DeMarco, right?
Yeah.
Was he not a part of Damn.
Yeah, go ahead, pull that up, because I have no idea. I was never a big Mac DeMarco guy.
Fuck. Who was Mac DeMarco a part of?
I'm about to get it up there.
Alright, give me 1 second, guys. I don't want
On the screen, Mac DeMarco. Artistry.
You went to his fucking wiki.
I'm tripping. I'm tripping.
Just
early projects in the first solo album.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like.
Let me just
So
go ahead and look up. That's my bad.
I would say Mike DeMarco was a part of something.
It was like a band, are you saying?
Bro, we
Yeah.
used to listen to them, me and Mars. Somewhat.
Are you talking about
He was a part of.
no,
Music
it was
group?
Mac DeMarco. You talking about Home Shake?
Yeah, right.
Home Shake was with Mac DeMarco in a band.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got it confused. My
'Cause
bad.
I was just like, I ain't never listened to Mac DeMarco, but I
Okay.
fuck with Home Shake.
All right, so
Shout out to Home Shake.
That's where I was going with that. So now Home Shake leaves from Mac DeMarco and that fame, but to me that crowd is still gonna listen to both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Home Shake was with Mac DeMarco.
Mac DeMarco
Yeah.
versus if hear me out, Steve Lacy leaves the internet. Now it's like a line of fans.
Yeah.
Like don't get me wrong, they probably do have common fans,
Yeah.
but it's usually
Yeah,
a
I
line.
was literally
Like-
about to bring that exact point up
Yeah.
about how like Sid is over here
Yeah.
and Steve Lacy is
It's over there exactly.
and like how they are they have a separate fan base, like
Wow. Yeah.
and they
But
make
to me-
completely different sound of music now.
Yeah, and to me it doesn't even matter. You got your what's this other girl's name? You like her? I told her I thought she was okay. And her manager, the same manager they manage. Damn, I'm listening to too much music lately. Well, you know the white girl's name. I just hate saying white girl like that, but the white girl that everybody started liking, Claro.
Claro,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Yes.
yeah, I fuck with Claro.
I think she sounds generic as shit. That's just me.
But I think for that.
Don't get me
for
wrong.
her-
I see the appeal, but I also see the same 10,000 appeals that sound just like her.
I mean,
But I
for me,
think for her, it's just
sound
like
generic as
it
shit.
kind of started.
I felt like a lot of them
from
do.
what I kind of know about Claro is that she started kind of like the bedroom like pop.
So we giving it to her.
I
They
wouldn't say
definitely do
started,
give that to
but
her,
she was-
though.
But she was
They
definitely
definitely give that
it
to her.
But I think she also was kind of like at
I
the
don't give it to her,
beginning.
but they do.
with that.
They give it to
This
her.
I
definitely,
want to also state
definitely.
this. I'm not disrespecting Claro in any way
Yeah.
because I do think she does a lot for herself. Any DIY artist I'm standing for, regardless. They could be
Oh,
in the
for sure,
wrong,
for sure.
but I'm gonna stand for them. So let me say that. All I'm saying is that sound of music, and this is once again no disrespect to any artist in this category. I just feel like it's so. I don't know how to say it without being so blunt. I just feel like white people are okay with listening to the same thing from different people, and us, we
No,
don't.
definitely.
We could take like a Young Thug and a Kid and got it, but there's different cadences there, and it's okay. We like if that person co-signs them. Now, if someone starts biting in the rap or hip hop
Oh,
industry,
it's already-
it's OV.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
but if
but
you
people-
bite in
yeah, the
anything
white-
else, it's
They
fine.
can come from all different corners of the world and sound the exact
Exactly,
same,
and that's
they'll be like,
that's
okay,
why
that's fine.
and that's what I have to
Yeah.
respect for a Claro. You feel me? Because I'm looking at her thinking she's about to be some mind-bending artist. That's not her. She just wants to make good music, and that's
And it's
fine.
just
This-
also part of the like aesthetic too, and it's just like the
Yeah, yeah,
imaging,
yeah.
like the ease, like she kind of just like a very
See,
like
this
that's
is
not-
this is good. This is good because I just saw a video about that girl that we was just watching, Olivia Rodrigo.
Mhm.
That's how you say her name.
Yeah.
And how they were comparing her song to a song from Paramore, and how it was like literally the exact same
thing.
song.
Yeah, I
you
remember
know,
seeing that.
cadence, all that kind of stuff. And it was just like that just brings a full circle of how you'll accept that even though they have no connection, no cosign, no anything. It's basically a bite. If that's black people and black culture, that's a bite.
Yeah.
But since it's not, it's
And you
man,
lose respect.
she's bringing it back.
Yeah, you lose respect for it, and like I really want to make it clear because like I don't know Claro, I don't know these DIY artists that we're naming, and I don't think it's fair to say all this without giving them their due respect and their talent because I think.
I mean, I don't think it's a problem to take a little
No,
bit
because
from the
I-
past. Like,
I don't
that's-
know. Like, I just don't think it's fair to put Olivia and Claro in the same sentence because I feel like just off of looking and the research I've done with Clairo, I think she's talented. She does her own shit. Yeah, I'm not sure too much about Olivia yet. She just came out. So I just think like to say that about her is not fair, which I think
I get what you're saying.
And I agree that, you know, the white community definitely gives more respect for that than the black artist. Yeah. Like we care about niggas making beats and writing and shit, but we like, it's whatever, it's a good song. But the white community, if you're making your own beats, guitar, instrumentalists, all that, but they're loving that. You know what I mean?
Easily.
And that's another thing you have to take in with Clairo. I don't take that in when I listen to artists. I'm like, I don't know, it kind of sounds similar. I don't really care for it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I kind of want to hear different every time I listen to something. It could be small. I just want to hear different, you know?
Yeah.
And so, that's just...
those are the two songs.
Yeah, so to circle back for Olivia Rodrigo and her song Good For You and Paramore's Misery Business sound very similar.
Yeah, they were talking about how I forgot what it was called, but basically they're in the same key. The drum pattern is the same. Chord progressions are the same. Like the way she's singing the whole thing. They even overlaid it on top of each other, and it was like.
I remember now.
What?
Paris, Texas. That's the group I'm talking about. So whoever manages Clairo manages this group named Paris, Texas, which Brockhampton has recently co-signed. We're gonna get into that. That nigga Kevin co-signing a lot of fucking people.
Yeah,
but
now like what's it called?
Video store.
That's his new thing.
He might as well be in fucking A&R. He might be honestly. But anyways, you already know we listened to Paris, Texas before that co-sign. But to me, that's exactly what we're saying. Whoever's managing Clairo, shit could be her damn self, is noticing, okay, Brockhampton, this black weird sound is just so easy. I think it's easier to make a black weird sound than it is a white sound. Because we accept different, but we don't give it enough to make it to like the charts.
It has to be like quality different.
Now, I wouldn't even say quality difference.
Yeah, it's not even quality.
Well,
it's not about quality. It's about... It's just about I don't even know what to call it.
I just don't think we push it enough for the charts. Yeah. Like we don't. Like Lil B would never make the charts. Yeah. You know, but if there was a white Lil, hell yeah, he would have made the charts. You know what I mean? We listen enough, but let's just be honest, it's just not. We don't make it popular. Like Odd Future wasn't enough just by itself. You know, that's what had their issues, and some of them at least. And I just feel like whoever's managing Clairo and understands that as well. That's why they're managing Paris, Texas, because it's like. To me, Paris, Texas makes some good music. They have an album. You should go check it out. And I could just see where the music is going right now, and that's why I really just don't like it. I really don't. Even when y'all played the Olivia girl, I'm like, who is she? Yeah. This budget was crazy on this video. like what the hell? And it's like, oh, she's TikTok. As soon as you say TikTok, it just all makes sense, and I just hate that.
And
like,
the video was
the video was the one with the flames in the background.
I can't remember. I don't know what song Molly played, but even what he said about it was so true of this whole thing. How it's just a vibe. Like that's it, and that's all they do. They get you this song that sounds like everything else. They put you in a video that's a vibe, and you're.
But let's not get it twisted though.
Black people can't do that.
We can't do that. But you can still come out extremely talented. I don't want to say Olivia 10 years from now, 5 years won't be fucking going crazy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, cause I even think I think we talked about that too before. Like how Billy, with Billy, yeah, and how like sometimes with the white artists they'll come out and they'll be like on everybody else's wave at the start, and then when their career, their fall off is like where they start to get experimental. And that's crazy. That's a great point that I was gonna bring up with Wale's. Like, usually with the fall off, with the music industry and rap, the fall off, you go back to what you were good at. I don't see Wale going back to that. I'm not diving into that too much longer. But anyways, sidetracking that.
The album About Nothing, he did that. That was the only time though. The only time.
But
that's the last thing that I liked.
I don't feel like he was going back though. I still think he was in that era. You don't think so?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, he was. It was kind of a new age, more About Nothing. So I guess he wasn't like going back, but he brought those same elements.
Yeah. Okay.
That was like what drew people to that album. You know, the Jerry Seinfeld in there, like all those connections and everything. And I was just like, damn, this is nostalgia. This is when I first heard Wale, and I loved it.
And so what about if Wale gets with the time and kind of makes like a TikTok hit? Then what? You know, what is his?
I mean,
he already did the album About Nothing. He can't do that again.
And that's kind of what that point of where I was reading in comments. Like, it's just no branding now. Now it just looks like he's trying to capture the youth essentially.
Yeah.
It doesn't like if Kanye makes what she did when Kanye made that song with YNW Melly, no one questioned it because we were just like, it's Kanye. Yeah. Like, you know, he's co-signing essentially YNW Melly now. This is crazy. He's co-signing the future of music, or you know, the sound of music, I should say.
Yeah.
So that's okay. if Jay-Z gonna make a fucking pop track today, we're like, what the fuck?
Because that's not what Jay-Z does.
That's not what Jay-Z
like
does.
he hasn't laid that out as his pedigree. Essentially, Kanye kind of has laid that out as his pedigree.
Like,
and he's gonna
pushing
be
like a
forward
future.
thinking and
and
push some shit forward.
And to touch on Mars's point, I think that shit was like excellent. I think this sums up a lot of like people that get this buzz or get this really nice pushing behind them is that they have the time now to do this sound, make some money, feed their family because everybody has their struggles. So I'm not gonna say they just got it all easy every fucking day. Feed their family, understand what they're going through, their depression, they're fighting, whatever. But what we don't have versus what they do have, when all that's said and done, and the label's like, all right, we done made $100 million off of you, and now you can do your whole real indie shit, whatever. That comes your Mac Millers. Mac Millers went from Nike's on my feet, you feel me, to swimming. You know what I mean? Like that's when that and that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna write Olivia off. I'm not gonna write Clara off. This is just the beginning for them. 5 years from now, they could be literally topping charts with their own shit. You feel me? With in their bedroom actually doing what they have to do or what they want to do, I should say. And so it's good, and it's good to see like evolution and where you go and stuff like. But it's also not fair because you wouldn't say Tyler the Creator really had that. You know what I mean? Tyler the Creator had to make sure he was doing his shit right. Making sure he's getting to his bread. He had to himself like this isn't my name, and I gotta go about this the right way. You feel me? So it's like even now, like he's not getting the awards and the notoriety as who his contemporary should be because they're still throwing him in there with a regular rapper. So
and he's doing things way different than a regular rapper.
Exactly.
When you think about Our Future and what they did, you can look at it like, cool. They wanted to do all these different things like the shows and the this and the that, but also in some kind of ways you might look at it and say like they kind of had to do that because of how they weren't getting that same kind of, I won't say traction, but like that same kind of support, those number one albums, those number one songs and stuff from music. So they branched out, and started doing other things that made them a whole community of people and a whole fan base.
And that's
outside of just the music.
That's one thing I want to say about my opinion, and I've really learned this and I really hate it. So let's say Clairo, I'm just going to use her for example, because I feel like most people probably she's one of the bigger artists that we're talking about right now. Let's say Clairo would have came out slower, steadier, and I would have found out about her and kind of came into her community. I don't think I'd be saying this. I feel like by the time I hear about these white artists, they're already huge as shit. So it kind of like, I didn't even get a chance to fall for them.
That is true.
But that's me though. I don't think a lot of people, the average listener, I don't think they care.
Yeah,
they don't care to fall for the person and to fall for it's just like the music.
Even when they're big, like people don't literally like look into someone's like stats and stuff. So they're not caring about their being big. It's just like, oh, you're new to me. So I'm going to fall in love with you because oh, you have all this music, da-da-da-da.
Like this, when she made this video, right?
It was.
She made a video off her webcam, bro.
Yeah.
And with all due respect, I was just like, this is fire. Like, she knew how big that song was. And she said, you know what, fuck it, I'm getting from this webcam. Like, you feel me? That's what I like. I like, if I would have seen her already before all this, I probably would have liked it even more.
Yeah, because
I'm like, this is her.
Because that's what I saw. And, and it was just one of those, and like the thing is it was actually like an autoplay for me. And it came up, and then by the time I had autoplayed it, it was already been like.
And then I started seeing people
so many views.
Yeah, people started doing this more and stuff like. I like shit like this, and I really hate this about myself. I like falling for artists when I feel like I not know them, but was a part of their journey. If I missed it, then I feel like I just missed you, respectfully, and it kind of skews my look in my opinion.
I feel like a lot of people who are kind of in their own sense like artists or creatives themselves feel like that. I don't think that the masses feel like that though. I feel like the masses just feel like they done found somebody who's new to them, whether they're big or not. They feel like they're ready to like get along for the ride basically, and they don't really like care about where the journey was.
Because Kevin co-signed, I don't even think he called it co-signed because she was already who she was, but Kevin gave a shout out to Clairo, and I was just like, let me listen again, and I was just like, I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something. Like I just missed something about her come up, Then I got in the car with Mars when he was playing Claire. I was like, "Is this Claire?" and he was just like, "Yeah, bro, it's kind of hard." Yeah. And I was like, "Yeah, it's cool, but like I just don't get it."
That's the difference between like you and I. I kind of like sometimes at least I lean over to the master side, especially when it comes to the white artists. I definitely like when I hear them. It's just like, oh, okay. Cool. Like I'm not a part for the journey, but
do that.
This is cool.
I do that. I listen to fucking Choker. And I don't really like him like that.
Oh yeah, I don't like Choker at all. I don't like Choker at all.
I think Choker is like... just too private for me.
Like, see, that's a different thing. Like, the reason why I don't like Choker is because people compared him to Frank, and I was just like, oh,
but see, that's the reason why I'm saying like he's just too private for me, because I also listen to his music, it plays whatever, and I'm like, yo, Choker's cool. I don't know if he's accepting the comparisons and running with it, or if he's maybe just that talented, to where he's like making this music, of course, being inspired by Frank, but give him a year or two from now, you won't be saying that.
See.
You know what I mean? So that's why I'm just like, I'm on the fence about it. I'm not gonna lie, I am on the fence, but like, I'm interested to see where it goes. Like, I would not be surprised if a year from now we still doing the podcast. I'm like, bro, Choker's that motherfucker, bro. Like, you feel me? I wouldn't be surprised.
He could be. And that's kind of the thing.
He's already. I mean, and for me, I think like Juno is probably like one of the.
Really?
Yeah, I think.
I've been listening.
You know, so I definitely think he's definitely on that
big
path.
Choker fan.
I wouldn't say big, but I'm ready for the next like couple years.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and the thing is, I like the fact that I can say that, because if he was bigger, I probably wouldn't be able to say that.
Yeah.
But now that I just want to know more. I just want to hear more. I just want to be a part of it more.
Yeah, I mean, for me, especially like with Choker specifically, like the introduction was rocky, and then the music was just like okay, but it's not like I'm never gonna listen to a Choker song.
Gotcha.
It's still like okay, I'll check this out. Like, I'm gonna give this a listen.
That's how I feel about Claro. I feel like, and I do this a lot. Even if maybe I don't like a Claro song, I'm like, damn, I wonder how she did the keys on this, or I wonder how she did like the instruments on this.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
That's kind of like how I was about FKA. I can't lie to you, I was a huge FKA fan.
I was about to say.
Like every fucking day. But I gave her more respect because I was able to dive in her and know that she was doing this herself. But like, music for FKA was a side project. Even when she was big, it was a side project. But she had a lot going on in her life, you know? So it was just like to understand that and to see it, and I'm just like, damn, bro, she's that motherfucker. I used to say all the time, like, FKA is probably one of the most talented females I've ever seen in my life. And I didn't even know her. But like, just being able to be a part of her journey, I'm just like, oh my God, like, she's amazing, you know? But yeah, to Mars's point, like, the masses don't care about all that. Just whatever's on their playlist,
Bro, I'm waiting for the day that Breakage blows up, because I feel like that shit's coming. Like,
I don't think so, but
you don't think so? Why not?
Not with that sound. Because he still likes to rap and do stuff like that.
But that's not gonna be the song that does it for him.
Yeah, but that's gonna be what deters people away. Because I feel like, no offense to the people we just named, but he can easily fit into that bucket. But he's not trying to.
But what I'm thinking is just like,
y'all should check him out. His name is Breakins.
super fire.
Super fire.
But what I think is gonna happen is, I feel like it's gonna be like a label type of thing, or maybe like a rebrand type of thing, or just like a more focused. They're gonna focus him onto a certain like path, and then listen. The second that I hear a song on TikTok, I'm gonna know it's over. And I know like whatever song is on TikTok, that's the kind of sound I'm gonna hear from him like, indefinitely.
So with that being said, like with rebranding an artist doing that, with like Twigs, you know, FKA, formerly known as Twigs, and she like went and like rebranded herself and came out, and then the same with that. Like, is that something that could be helpful for like just like the people who are?
Yeah, I think it's easier to rebrand yourself now, because to Mars's point, but like, music is just moving at a different fucking rate, bro. Like, Wale could definitely get a TikTok hit, you know, with the right amount of money and of course the song, and he comes up with a couple more hits, and we're just like, everybody forgot about Wale even falling off. Yeah. Like, you start seeing tweets like, Wale never fell off. He's always been here. And, you know, all of a sudden the fucking mafia is out and the cult is just behind his back and shit. But, like, it just really depends on the artist you are. And also, one thing you got to keep in mind is that there is still a lot of people like me that's going to be in those lives, that's going to be on your Instagram trying to figure you out and act like they actually know you and want to be a part of your music and your journey. So that's kind of the hard thing with that rebranding thing, is because when you rebrand, you might lose what got you to even want to even have to rebrand. Because
what's his name? Just did it. He's going Shelly now. Dram.
Oh yeah, Drum.
Drum.
I might not touch on that. That's a crazy story. Yeah. I don't even know why he actually I know why he did it, but like,
I don't know why he did it.
I mean, just a lot. You know, I was talking to somebody and he was like, "Oh, Dram is still part of the LVRN." I'm like, "No, the fuck he's not." And like, I think he's on the website. I'm like, look up Dram, tell me who he signed to, and he's not. His music is not under LVRN.
Yeah, not anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like that's the major. LVRN signed Boogie. Boogie changed his name. Dram left, he changed his name.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I feel like they're interchangeable because.
Oh yeah, I guess Boogie is West Side.
Boogie, and he left Shady. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I feel like you do that because not just because of just for a rebrand, just because you understand what you want to do in general. And I feel like now Dram doesn't have to be like, oh, you're that one guy that made that hit.
Yeah.
No more. And Boogie doesn't have to be like, oh, you used to be with Shady.
That's true.
You know what I mean? It just gives people another, I guess, a refresh.
Yeah, another chance, another shot, I guess, whatever.
But speaking back on the Claro and even like the FKA Twigs thing, even the segment we kind of just started on, I feel like Mars got a lot of clips in here that we can like really use for sound bites. Just that like, I don't think as a black artist or any black artist has as much longevity or chances or whatever word you want to use to go through their music. You know, like Kanye, I think essentially is one of the few. I think, and I always tell people, I think Tyler Creator is the newest best thing we've had since Kanye because he's doing it. Kendrick as well is doing it, but we're naming big fucking people right now. I don't think you can name a medium type artist that has great buzz and then able to change their sound so often.
Yeah,
and like versus a white artist as in a Claro, as in a who else we name? You never know, Olivia as well. Like I'm not gonna say we, but as the black community, if here we go. Joey Badass comes back out, right? Because I think this is true. If Joey Badass comes back out, and
before you start, did at this point at the time of filming this, has Joey Badass fallen off?
Okay, we can get into that second. If Joey Badass comes out and doesn't have bars like he did on 1999, was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. I think they're gonna say what you just said.
That
he fell off. The sound could sound good. It could be even a couple of low key bops in there.
Can you pull up his last project for me?
But they're gonna say he fell off. Why is that?
I definitely feel like people are already saying that.
The difference getting to that point is that he's
the difference between him is like, and maybe for me, my view might be skewed on him, is that I never got to the point where he was on.
That is kind of a good point because I don't ever really feel like he. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like but he was respected. That's one person we can say that was respected.
Yeah, and it was just like 1999. I think for us and the people that was around us, it made it feel like he was on after that. And all that kind of shit. But when he wasn't really
when he came out, not even that. Like 1999 was 2012. Then we got Summer Nights in 2013 was fire. Then he came out with the Badass with 2015, which was also fire. That whole fucking I just skipped over Rejects. That trifecta right there. It was killing the underground, bro. But the thing is, the reason why I say we can't really say he was on because he was still in that era before streaming. So that music changed.
2015.
Yeah, so music changed around him. He still one thing he did that while he did it, he still kept relevant though. He still wrote Rockstar for Post Malone. He still was doing features. He was still bodying shit. And even when he was outspoken, it was facts. You feel me? And everybody was begging him to drop 1999 forever on streaming services. So I definitely think he has a great fan base waiting for him, but I don't know what they're going to expect from him. And this goes back to our point versus an artist like a Mac Miller or any white artist. Their target crowd don't really give a fuck what they drop.
Joey Badass is a good point towards that because like if you don't give like the people what they expect as far as like the bars or whatever, they're not gonna accept Joey Badass.
Yeah.
But as far as like a Mac Miller, he came back and gave you like very R&B vibes and people accepted it. Like even the black.
But that's always kind of been there for him for Mac Miller though.
No, you can't tell me that.
Not from the start. Not from like Blue Slide Park was not no R&B.
But come on,
from what?
From what? No,
I think
Larry Lovestein in the Velvet Revival.
No, pull up Mac Miller's discography.
Pull up where he started. Mac Miller discography. It's right up there. Top.
Right here.
Right. Let's see. So Kids, all rap. Blue Side Park, all rap. And so Good AM was heavily rap.
Hear me out. Like Macadelic is where you can kinda start seeing a shift.
Have you
Slightly.
Oh, this is a lot of thing that people I get like of course if you really know but he does under like the Larry Lovestein project. It was a complete like 5-song jazz album in 2012.
Okay, hear me out, right? That's cool and all, but how well did that sell or how well did that bust? If you know, you just said it. Thank you.
No, but you're right. That's our point. But I think it's because of the he went under Larry Lovestein instead of Mac Miller.
That's our point though, because he knew.
Yeah.
He knew that it wouldn't have helped him at that time. And that's
You're
what
right.
I'm saying.
You're very right.
I think J. Cole, Joey Badass, like Mars said, and this Mac Miller is a good comparison because it's the same type of time of music.
You're right.
2013, 2012, before 2015, of the major shift in streaming is that like you couldn't really take that risk. But now that streaming is available and you can kind of put more behind the branding and this, that, and the third, and you know, a lot of things became a little bit easier for an artist. It made it be like easier to shift. And I feel like even watching movies, you would have still never said he'd be who he is today.
And watching movies was like the first inkling of like a little bit more of an R&B Mac.
You know, and then he did the Live from Space with the internet, and then he went on tour and did everything.
I think what really like a pivotal moment for him was that dang, what was that performance where he performed Objects in the Mirror?
You just said it.
The Treehouse shit. That was really like pivotal for him to be like, okay, I'm really doing this. I'm singing on shit now.
And there's another thing that I don't think Mac Miller gets enough credit for versus like the artists that we're trying to say kind of did the same thing is that he did take a lot of breaks. So it was always kind of like a is he dropping something? Is it under a different name now? So it was kind of like a where is he going?
Yeah, after watching movies, he was off for 2 years until Good AM.
Yeah. So it was like where is he going? But I agree with Mars that
he had faces too.
Watching movies was like kind of like we can see something. Personally, with me, Faces it was it, bro. I played that shit every day, dog. For sure. I was like, oh my god,
that shit started so amazing.
I was like, he's great. He's done it. He done did it all. Like, oh my god, Faces. What's this 2014? You feel me? And even after Faces, bro, he had me rap. Like I was a stan. You feel me? I was definitely a stan. I was already a fan, but I became a stan, bro, for real. Like. Then we got, what's that 2014? Keep scrolling? That's not in order.
We got
Good AM was 2015.
And then the
Divine Feminine.
The Divine Feminine
changed.
And it was a rap after that,
Changed everything for me,
but,
bro. Like,
but I don't think, we can maybe find some comparisons or whoever you upload this, people will be able to tell us. Who you guys think could compare to that? Do you think a black artist is able to, because I would say he definitely gave it to you, hint by hint, and then kind of fully into it. So he didn't completely change overnight, but can y'all name someone that I think did that?
Did like little hints?
Yeah. Nah, I can't.
Did like little hints?
I'm Tyler the Creator, but
that's what I was gonna say. It's the only person is Tyler, because
but the thing is, always had the reason why I was about to say I don't think he counts because he was already titled weird. Remember, Mac Miller wasn't weird. He was just a white rapper. Yeah. That's what I was saying. A regular artist, like a regular black artist that changed over time and we accepted it. I can't really think right now. Of course, we can't say the Kanye's and the GOATs and so like Kendrick and shit and Drake.
Yeah, like I can't think of anybody who was kind of on a regular level that really like shifted their sound of music and shifted it kind of successfully because like it's really just hard. I can't even think of too many artists who have done that in general. You know what I mean? Who really like changed how they was doing music. The only person right now that's coming to my head who had a successful quote unquote rebrand, even though it wasn't a change in music, was 2 Chainz. But that wasn't a change in music. So he didn't change his sound. He just changed his name and associated with different people. So that's kind of different than saying like a Mac Miller who literally went and became a different type of artist altogether.
I think I can give it to Earl. I think Earl has definitely changed over time. I mean, like he's still bar for bar rapping, but it's definitely on some not the shit that you got into him with.
Yeah. It is. That's true. That's true. But would you say, and this would probably be something good to look up, like comparing his albums now and what they've done, like numbers wise, compared to his previous stuff? Because I don't know if the newer albums are maintaining the same kind of popularity.
I think so, but you can fact check that.
I think across the board for his fans,
or if it's just been the same.
I think he's one of those.
Remember, we just seen his first song go gold, and it was an old ass song.
Yeah, I think he has a great cult fan base, and he just sticks to that. But
look at Billboard.
I definitely think. Fuck no. If that's what we're going off of for Earl, then yeah. No,
it's already gonna be
But that's what I'm saying. Like I feel, and that's a weird thing with Earl too. In the same kind of way of like a Joey Badass, I feel like he's always been kind of more so underground, not more so. He never like popped off like that.
But I wasn't comparing him to. Okay, let me just be clear. When I was comparing to Mac Miller with that, his sound evolved or maybe even digressed is up to people to give that opinion, but it definitely changed, and people are still there.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I
it
get
definitely
what you're
like
saying.
changed. I think it has.
Yeah, I could say okay. That makes sense. I could say that word, because like I feel like people, even if they don't really like the Feet of Clay or the some rap songs, they're still checking for it and they're still
Exactly.
keeping up
Yeah,
with
that's
it. That's
true.
things
Yeah.
that he
That's
does.
what I mean.
He stayed relevant, but I don't know if it's when I'm looking at it for like the music, as far as like what's super kept him relevant. I feel like the fact that he was who he was when he first started, that's kind of kept him relevant. And kids like attached to him, and so these kids are adults.
I just think it's the fact of who he was and who he still is. Like, I don't give a fuck what y'all have to say.
Exactly.
I like
exactly
BK
that.
or I like Hook. I like this, and it's like, oh my god, you're a rapper artist, and you're saying this. So it's like the fact that who he is, and people just like him. So I get that point, but I was just saying off of like the
Doris speak to number 5. That's good.
The changing of music. But yeah, I mean that project in general was phenomenal.
Yeah, Doris was phenomenal. I mean, I don't like shit. I don't go outside. It's
Hand down.
like
Oh my God.
that's a 10 out of 10 album.
Oh my
like
God.
it's not too long. It's not too. It's not too anything. It's just like it's just good, like solid all the way through. But
So I just have one more question, like kind of question for you guys.
we can
What's
wrap it
kind of
after
like
this.
for maybe like for you guys listening as well? What's the difference kind of between falling off and then like taking a break, and that kind of coincides? Does
So
the fall off come after the break if the
somebody
sound
told me
changes?
somebody I know was in the studio with Doug, and they were just like, I don't like bleep art. I'm not gonna drama. I don't like bleep artists because they took a break. In this game, you can't take a break.
Mm-hmm.
And I do respect that, and I'm one person that probably firmly believed that up until some months ago. You know, we talk about Big Sean, we talk about Chance, and these people that took this break. But, you know, I watched this video on Chance, I watched a couple of videos on Big Sean, like, people handle things differently. You know, they were having things going on in their life where they felt like music shouldn't be their top priority. And Chance has made that clear several times.
Yeah.
I love my wife, I have a child, you know, and I think we read a whole interview where his manager begged him to stop working on the album and push it back because he was prioritizing his wife. And I think they were about to get married. That's what it was.
Yeah,
they were about to get married. So his manager was like, bro, let's just cut the album, you know, let you focus on this. And then when you can focus, but Chance wanted to bring the two together. And so.
But then that album came out and we all know
how
how that went.
I'm not touching on that. But to keep it clear, I think the line between taking a break and falling off is hard. I think Frank Ocean made it look so easy that everybody think they can do it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Like it there's just very few people that we actually are gonna care no matter what you put out. There's a difference to care, to know that you drop something, like, okay, let me listen, and that we're gonna care no matter what it is. That's two different things. Frank has that. It could just be a 60-second song. We're gonna be like, fuck, that was great.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. Frank can put out anything, and people are swarming to it.
And I think that's what I was saying with Joey Badass. He's gonna get those first, like, probably millions of clicks, but he's not in a situation where he can just drop anything.
Because
that
maintain.
that last Light project, I was like, this is okay. It's borderline trash because I wanted so much more from him.
Borderline trash.
But that's only because I'm like, bro, I've been waiting forever, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Missed the trash can by a little bit.
Yeah, like, I'm like, you don't give me 3 songs, but that's because
exactly.
that's what I'm saying, because he's made me wait so long.
Yeah.
So that's the only. But if I would have got that earlier, I'd have been like, hell yeah, this is fire. You know what I mean?
So I guess that's kind of smart on his part to do like a
I
little
don't think so,
something
but
like.
it's a lot of pressure.
But just if he had to drop something, I think it would better have been something smaller.
Oh, you're saying versus, because I'm not
Yeah,
gonna judge.
exactly.
I'm not gonna say like,
Yeah.
I go back and listen to
that's smart. When if you about to make a comeback and you know you've been gone for a long time, you better drop a little a little pack of songs.
I'm
test the waters
Exactly.
I'm saying it's borderline trash because I waited so long. But if I would have got it before, I wouldn't have said that. And I still listen to all the songs to this day, and I still go back and watch the music videos. It's only because like you said, it was kind of like this little, here you go, hold you down. And I think he even said that, like, this is just for now, you know? But yeah, that line, I don't really think there is one because it's about how you come back.
Come back from the
So it's like
break.
Yeah, at that break and what you come back with will deem your downfall. Or your
Yeah.
off.
I mean, a break could turn into a fall off.
Yeah.
Like
So
that's just basically what it means.
yeah.
Like there's not. It's a line, but like you're saying, the line is so thin because at any point in your break, you can fall off.
He just popped up.
What?
on my phone. I think Ski's in that predicament.
Oh, Ski Mask?
Yes,
Wow.
bro.
That's
Bro,
it,
I don't get what's
'Cause
going
I was
on.
just-
I really want to know like some background information on what's going on with him.
I was thinking
because,
about that like not too
he
long
was,
ago too.
he was at a peak.
No, he was gearing up when he was doing the shit with Cole.
Yeah.
And he was tweeting a lot of shit.
And that's what I'm saying. He was at a peak and then just nothing. Like what happened?
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know.
I don't know either.
You know what I mean? Because like, and that's a weird one because that wasn't really like a fall off. He just left.
Damn, I don't want to continue the episode for too much longer, but I have a good comparison now of an artist that's been changing and evolving and actually having respect. Denzel Curry. Give me your takes on that. He's definitely been changing and people is definitely falling for him more and more he drives.
I can't really speak on that too much because I never really like listened to him. I do believe that he has like changed from when he first started, but I just don't know too much.
What was the Crack Cobain song? Didn't that do?
Yeah.
Didn't that pick on
Yeah.
billboards?
Yeah, let's.
And like, bro, from
Bring
when
up
he
the
started to
numbers.
where he's at now, yeah. And I could definitely still,
Could be a good
I
one.
could still see him evolving, man. So that's one that just came to my head. I really want to see if anybody comments or whatever you put on TikTok, if somebody can say some more. But like, yeah, shout out to Denzel Curry and all of them.
Yeah, but damn, Ski, that
One
shit just
hit.
hurt me. Cause it was just what was the last thing that he
doesn't
dropped?
count.
I don't even know, but
I'm
the
not-
last
I'm
thing he
not
dropped
counting
wasn't bad. That's why I just don't really like understand it. Like, and I get like how his music wasn't. I don't think his music was hitting like the numbers that it needed to hit, but I don't think that it ever really like
Oh, Crack Cobain. I said Crack
fell
Cobain.
off. Yeah, Cloud Cobain.
Click it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Click that and then type in what you're about to type in. That makes it easier.
Oh, you're looking for the numbers for
Yeah,
Cloud
just
Cobain?
for the
Nope, that's not it. Denzel Curry, Billboard hits.
And it only shows and it shows up and it's Bulls on the Parade.
Yeah.
And that was the cover.
wow.
So I'm not taking that.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
I don't even know what Bulls on Parade is
I thought it peaked, but maybe it's his first platinum plaque.
for Cloud Cobain.
Yeah.
I guess it never peaked on Billboard. but
Oh,
it
for
went platinum.
Taboo.
No, he got it for the Taboo single, Cloud Cobain.
Yeah. Maybe it didn't peak on Billboard.
Yeah, I mean that's possible where it
Yeah.
didn't get that high on Billboard, but
But it
still a
still
lot of
got-
people like listen to
yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I thought it peaked on Billboard. I thought it was his first one, but maybe it was his first plaque. Might be getting that confused. I'm
Yeah.
not sure. But yeah, regardless, I think he's growing. I think a lot of people in that era of music is growing. I just probably can't think of a lot of names right now. I would like to see what people comments like, oh yeah, and like look into the discography again. But
yeah.
yeah, I think we took some good takes. I think you got some good soundbite, clickbait, all that type of shit with like how we talked about the black versus white. I feel like that's a good video. I know you're bringing up this, but we didn't touch on the Eminem topic.
Yeah, we ain't got to. I mean, we've been
I
here for an
wasn't-
hour already. So, I'm gonna just end off this episode shouting out Ski Mask and hoping that he drops something fire soon.
Man,
Yeah.
I got some shout outs, man. Shout out to Wale for real. This is no funny shit. Like, I wish if this comes across.
They're not gonna believe this. Shout out.
Okay, whatever. I don't care what nobody. I will bring up my Facebook right now. Okay, about all the times I love this man. Shout out to Claro. Shout out to all those white artists that we were talking about when we.
Shout out to Break-Ins.
Yeah, Break-Ins as well. We just, we as in me, Mars. I don't know about Levi. I can speak for him. Just want to see where y'all end up, man, because I just feel like y'all have so much potential and a lot of chances to grow. And yeah, and don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure if I
Shout
blow
out to
up,
Overcast as a whole. Like,
oh yeah, Overcast is killing it too. There's just what do you want to call them? Creative group that does videos. I'll say
yeah,
that.
yeah, a lot of videos.
Yeah, they're fire.
They're behind like Break-Ins and.
A lot of kind of that.
Well, I can't even
I wouldn't say
remember.
similar. I wouldn't say similar sound.
Yeah, I wouldn't say similar. I can't remember all the names of all the artists that they work with, but
Yeah, it's fire. I just want to see where everybody goes that we just named, like the indie route of it. I definitely believe in a couple of years we'll be like,
even
we'll be
Olivia
singing
Rodrigo.
we'll be singing a whole different thing. Like I just feel like in a couple of
be.
years.
For me
Could be.
personally, shout out to Choker.
I'm so weird.
Gotta shout out Joker.
Yeah.
From me personally.
From me
I'm
personally.
a Joker too, so yeah, shout out to Joker. You know what I mean?
for sure.
Even though I don't like all the music, still shout out to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, just to make that clear, we're on. I'm
We
not.
don't hate nobody,
we-
man.
nobody.
We
We're
just,
all
we just
DIY
put the
here.
opinions out
We're
there.
literally
man.
doing this in
That's
a
it.
room right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for me, so we're not hitting on no DIY artists. And I like to make this clear almost every episode. I think we say it all, or at least I say it all the time. Is that like I would love to get anybody on here that we've talked about. Because I feel like it's so easy for us to have this opinion because we're on the outside in. But what if Claro came in and was like, yo, the reason why you think like this is because X, Y, and Z. Like I would love to hear that.
Yeah, I mean, all we have is the picture that's
like,
portrayed to us. Like
Exactly.
we don't know the whole story. Like there's so many other pieces. You know what I mean? And that's important.
Yeah, so this is just our outside opinion and definitely no hate and yeah, man.
Yeah,
Ambition.
And last but not least, shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for watching us. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. If you're listening on like Spotify or Apple, I don't know what you do on there, but still like it, comment, whatever. Hit us up. IG, Twitter, it's all down there at the bottom. And we are out of here.
Peace.